Raid, Shadow Legend is the game, Amiel is my name. Hello to all of you peeps. Welcome back to another video of my channel, another video of the series that I'm making, Learning Raid. And in this video, we are going to learn about the pieces, the gear pieces and the artifact pieces, the main stats, the sub stats of every different piece, how to use them, how to think about if a gear is good or not good, and mainly how to build champions. Honestly, I got the idea for this video from one comment of one of you peeps. I saw a comment about building champions, I feel like, and I think this video can help with that. Basically, if you watch this video, then you will learn how I build my champions, how I do it, what I do in order to do it. And I feel like also you will learn about, the gear pieces of Raid, how gear pieces in Raid work. So in order to go and do this video, of course, we will go through all of the nine pieces that there are, 3 accessories and 6 artifacts. And we will do it together in a way that I feel like will be benefit to you peeps, my viewers, because basically I will build a champion with you guys during this learning video. So the champion that I decided to build for the video will be Granite Doorkeep, a pass fusion, a damage dealer, an HP damage dealer, that basically we want to build on him 100% crit rate. We want a lot of crit damage if we can. We want high HP, and also we want like some amount of accuracy, because that damage dealer Granite, let me show you the champion. Maybe you do not know who am I talking about. This dude, this guy also needs some accuracy because with A2 he can put some debuff. So yeah, let's see how I will build in him. I will say a blessing I did not choose yet, so he's not getting any HP from the blessing. And mastery is only that, so actually we are getting 5 crit rate from this mastery. This is actually very important when you think about building your champion. Take into account that if they are a damage dealer and you want to build them with crit rate, you can get 5 crit rate from here. Just know that. I think it's very important. You can also get some accuracy out of here, by the way, and some crit damage from here, but at the moment, let's leave it and go back to the build. So we will go through, as I said, each and every one of those 9 pieces. Let me though make it so I will not interfere with my face. I will put myself over on the middle of the screen, because on the right side of the screen we see in the stats, and on the left we will see the pieces. So I am on the middle. All right, I don't like being on the middle, but it is what it is. I have to do it for this video. So how am I building a champion? In this video you will learn 2 things, also about the gear pieces, and secondly, how am I building a champion. So Granite. The first piece, almost always I'm starting from the accessories, and in this example as well we will start from the accessories, and almost always I'm starting from the banner. And why is that? Peeps, the banner is a very unique and important piece that you need to know about. First of all, for Raid Shadow Legend these days, in terms of accessories, there is a special type of accessories. As you can see right over here, for example, the Feral. The Feral give you added bonus for the piece set. You can read, okay, now I'm on the middle and I'm covering this. no matter. You can see one piece of Feral will give you 40 accuracy. If you will take one piece of Rebirth, for example, you will get 20 resistance, and so on and so forth. So actually, when you think about accessories, okay, I have to concise the knowledge of the video. So I will not explain about all the different type of gear set. That will maybe be for a different video. But what I will explain in this video is what are the main stats of each piece, what are the substats, what are usually the pieces that are good and preferable and we are keeping. And also during me explaining, I will pick a chosen piece for my granite and I will put it on this champion and we will build granite together with my pieces that I have not equipped. So most likely they are not the best pieces of my account, but we will use them anyway. So banner. Firstly, one very good tip, peeps, if you want, when you choose any specific piece, for now the banner, you can go to primary stats and you can see the primary stats that are highlighted. And from that alone, you can know what can be a main stat of a piece. So right now you can see that, for example, speed cannot be a main stat of a banner. You can also know and see that accuracy and resistance can be a main stat for banner. I feel like this is very important. Just quickly, let's go to the amulet, and you can see again primary stat of an amulet. These are the main stats that are highlighted that can be. So HP, attack, and defense can be a main stat of a banner, right? And also a main stat of an amulet. Okay, but what is difference? The amulet can also be main stat crit damage, very important for a champion like damage dealer, but the banner can also be main stat of resistance and accuracy. Can be very good if you need a high resistance champion or you need accuracy for your granite damage dealer. So right from the bat, you kinda can get an understanding of how to use your pieces. If you have amulet that can be a crit damage but a banner cannot, then most likely if you have a damage dealer, you would prefer that the amulet will be a main stat crit damage because you cannot get it from anything else. Same with accuracy, you know, you want the banner to be accuracy because you cannot get an amulet accuracy. Let's add to that the ring. So the ring main stat, ooh, that's actually very cool. No crit damage, no accuracy, no resistance. The ring is only HP, attack, and defense. So all pieces can be attack, HP, and defense, but only amulet, the middle piece, can be crit damage, and only the banner, the last piece, can be resistance and accuracy. So what will that tell us? I feel like what will that at least tell me? That most of the time when I will build champions, especially if they are a damage dealer, I will have an amulet crit damage, a banner, that depends if you need accuracy or not, but the ring, of course, will be the piece that I will look for because that's the default, to add the stats that are more that you can see them more, HP, attack, or defense. Of course, that is depend of which is the type of the champion. If I will go back to granite, as I told you, granite is an HP based champion, and his attack, the damage that it does based on HP. That actually tells me two things. The first one will be the ring. I will most likely look for the ring with the highest ever HP that I can find. Okay, so let's go back to the ring, and most likely I will use a ring that is an HP base. Okay, I will look for an HP base ring, primary stats, and at the banner, that is depend. If I need accuracy for the champion, which is actually I need, then I will build banner most likely with main stat accuracy. If I do not need accuracy, let's say it's a different champion, perhaps I will look for resistance if I know I'm building the champion with high resistance. But if I'm totally honest, this is not happened a lot. Most of the time, I will probably look for a banner that has a main stats of HP, because this is a specific type of champions that benefit from the HP, is a type HP. Okay, so that was the primary stats. Now let's go through the substats. So this is again something that I kind of advise you to do if you are just here. It's a bit more clunky, I feel like, because it does not show me which substats I can have on the piece and which I cannot. I mean, for example, if I go to the to the amulet, I know that you cannot have a substat speed on an amulet. So you can see here, I just press select on the speed, and there is no amulet in my account that has substat speed. This is just because that thing cannot exist in Raid Shadow Legend. So I feel like I can advise you, if you really want, you can just check. You can press here the banner and you can check, select speed. Okay, there can be a speed substats on the banner. Let's see if there can be a crit rate. No, there cannot be a crit rate substats on the banner. Could there be a crit damage? Again, no. That's cool. That's, I feel like, a valuable knowledge to know, because that way you know that you can never get any crit damage from your banner. Let's try resistance. Can it be? Why is that? Actually, something that I've just learned, my peeps, there can never be resistance substats of the banner. Yeah, I should have known that. I think I kinda forgot. Game of Thrones.
Well, Danny kind of forgot about.
Yeah, okay, so no resistance substats. So in that case, no accuracy either. Okay, yeah, no accuracy substats, only in the main stats. All of those one, if I remember correct, there can be. Yeah, there can be defense. So banner substats, it can have all of those one on the left side, HP regular and HP percentage, attack and defense, and speed. So this is a very quick tip and very important tip, because speed is still kind of a king in Raid Shadow Legend, and speed is very important. Most likely when you look for a banner, you will look for a banner that has the highest ever speed. Because you can get speed out of banners, I will give you another tip for late. You cannot get speed from amulet nor for ring. You can check it like that. Amulet and ring, I highlight them. I go to substat speed, I press select, and nothing. Also, you cannot get any crit rate. And crit damage you can get. Crit damage you can only get from the amulet. So you can see right here, I unselect the amulet, and now no crit damage. Resistance and accuracy, actually, you can also get only from amulet. So it's kind of a weird one, but I feel like it's a very important thing that you need to know. You can see here accuracy, but if I press amulet, you can have accuracy and resistance on the substats. Okay, so I feel like I ramble a lot. I'm not sure how is that, if you are get that or not, but let's start the build, and maybe the example will explain to you how am I building and what to look for. So we start with banner. We already know you can get speed out of banners, and mostly in raid you want high speed. There is some situation that you do not want it, but most of the time you do want high speed. That's why what I can do, and this is another tip, I will go to priority stats, I will go to speed, and I will highlight high. Okay, when I'm doing this, it will rank the banner from the one with the highest ever speed, to the one with the lowest ever speed. Okay, also, let's try at the start without equipped. Let's try to build my guy only with the gear that is less good, because it's a gear that I do not use. Okay, so speed in the substats, but you will ask me, Amiel, what about the main stats? So as I said at the start, a banner can have HP, attack, or defense, or accuracy or resistance main stats. Is a damage dealer this guy? I feel like we can choose either an HP primary stats or an accuracy, and I feel like we will decide on which banner to get by how much speed the banner has. Also, another thing that we can think and decide of, but this is not for this video, is the special banner, right? Perhaps you want 4-piece stone skin because it's a damage dealer for arena. In that case, you will probably prefer this banner. Look at that, it's very good. It has speed, has HP main stats, has accuracy here. The problem with that banner, honestly, is that this is an 5-star banner, so that means it's a bit weaker. But you know, you have a lot of special type of pieces. You know, you maybe this pinpoint. The problem is pinpoint here, no speed at all on this banner. So most of the time, honestly, for my level of account, I will sell this banner because when I look at banner, I really prioritize speed on them. But anyway, let's just pick a piece. So look at that piece, the first one. Accuracy main stats, that's good. Speed 15, alright. A lot of attack, honestly this is just garbage. We do not win those two on attack, this is garbage, and also this roll of attack is garbage. So this banner is not the best for Granite, not at all actually. You know what, let's think of something else. Honestly, I feel like this could be even better. I mean, if I'm choosing this one, I'm losing 1 point of speed. So every time I'm choosing a piece, look to the right and look at the green. Those are the stats that I will benefit, I will get from the piece. So, I mean, this piece will give you way less accuracy actually, but you know, it's a damage dealer Granite, and accuracy is not the most important one. And honestly, if I can get a 4-piece stone skin on him, it could be very good for me, right? Those pieces, again, they are not rolled all the way to 16. You can see they are only level 12. Again, this piece is the same as this one over here on top. It has accuracy main stats and it has some speed, but the other rolls are on attack. So those pieces are better for an attack-based nuker, not for my Granite. Yeah, I guess let's choose that one. This is the second option, but there is no speed here. This piece actually will give me 6k HP, which is good, because Granite, as I said, based on XP, and 50 accuracy, and it's only level 12. This guy is level 16 already, but I guess this one will be better. I will equip this, and we will take into account that accuracy is kind of low. We have two options. Either we will look for accuracy in other pieces, or we will just give up accuracy altogether and we will tell ourselves Granite will be just our nuker to nuke and kill, and the A2 debuff, less important. You know, you can think about it. If you use this guy in PvE, let's say in Chimera or Hydra, I feel like you do need the accuracy. You cannot give up the accuracy. So at the moment, only 150 accuracy. Remember that. Okay, next piece. Amulet. Okay, so Amulet prime. First of all, Amulet cannot have any speed on it, so it doesn't matter that we have here the primary stat speed, but let's cancel that. Okay, so Amulet can have either HP, attack, and defense, and as I remind you, it can have also crit damage. So I believe for most of your damage dealer, almost all of them, you will prefer that they will have a crit damage amulet. I feel like one special case is a damage dealer from bomb, a bomb damage dealer that does not benefit from the crit rate and crit damage. Then most likely you will want an attack based amulet, or maybe HP based amulet if it's the Comidos, the mythical, that doing his damage based on HP. But anyway, let's look for a crit damage amulet. But before that, let's look at the substats, and I will remind you, you cannot get speed, so no speed, but what you can get is accuracy. So let's make accuracy here, and even better, we can do, as we did with speed, let's do right now high on accuracy on the primary stats. Okay, so amulet, main primary stats, crit damage, substats, you want accuracy, and you want this as high as you can. So now you rank out our amulet. I do not have a lot, so it's not really matter. You basically show me, I feel like, the all amulet with accuracy. So what I can do is I can just cancel this, and now I can choose maybe between those two. You know, this guy doesn't have accuracy. Honestly, I will not use it no matter what. But these are basically all the amulet that I have. I don't have a bunch of amulet in my account, by the way, right? So let's choose one. The first thing actually that I see here is that there isn't no stone skin one here. It is what it is. I feel like that will be the best. This is a regular, a standard one, But crit damage main stat, accuracy here, one roll of accuracy, also one roll of the HP. It's not a percentage. Another golden rule, let's say, for a very, very new player who doesn't know, most of the time you will prefer stats, especially with defense, only with defense, attack, and HP, you will prefer the percentage one, because that will mean more, in total, more points than the non-percentage one. So here on the amulet, you can see HP non-percentage, only 748. It's still something. It's still something. So let's look at another option. Maybe we'll choose something else. This, of course, we can upgrade that one. Actually, this only 5 stars, so it's weaker. 6 star here. Resistance can maybe good. No roll on accuracy. Okay. Yeah. Here, resistance. This is actually can be decent, but again, you want accuracy, no resistance. Okay, so we will choose that one. I will give you one last tip about the gear. I think it's important, and this is the ascension part of the gear. So if you want to know which ascension you can put on a piece, you can see right over here, down. Just don't rework by mistake. You can get on the amulet the same as the primary stats, HP, attack, and defense, or crit damage. Basically, same as primary stats. Oh, I actually... okay, like that. So you will prefer, of course, that for the ascension, you will have a crit damage, and if the damage dealer champion that you build is important to you, most likely you will actually use some chaos powder because you really want to get those extra crit damage. Those are really important. For now, we will keep it like that, and I will not try to rework for 5. And actually, this is a standard piece, so it's really does not worth to rework it. But anyway, let's use this piece. Just one reminder to you, because we are using a standard amulet here, we will not be able to get, it's take back our chances to do 4-piece stone skin and let's say 4-piece savage for the ignore defense and something like that. So keep that in mind, because you have only 9 pieces in total, and if you want 4 for one set and 4 for another set, that's 8. It only gives you 1 extra piece to put it on other set. But at least for us at the moment, we do not have any crit damage amulet of stone skin, unless what we can do actually, we can do equipped. Yeah, we can cheat. You know what? Let's cheat from the equipped, just for once, just for the video, because you can see I just put equipped here, and it showed me free crit amulet, and of course you can see how good they are. Main stat crit damage, sub stat crit damage, accuracy over here, very good. You look at the stats over here. You lose some HP actually. I lose 700 HP, but I'm gaining 12 more extra crit damage, and this is a stone skin piece. As I said, it's very important if you want 4-piece stone skin, 4-piece whatever, Let's try it out, just for the video. You know what? Nah. Let's keep it like that. Okay, so Rin. Again, we will look for the, if we can get a stone skin Rin, then that will be preferable for us. And again, let's go to the main stats, primary stats. So as I told you, you have HP, attack, and defense. You most likely want main stats HP, but there is a better trick here actually, I feel like. I would prefer you to learn to go to the primary stats over here, press HP total and do high. Because sometimes you can get a piece like that. Not that. Let's say, okay. Okay, let's say this piece. Okay, you can see here it's a attack main stats. But let's say, for example, that it would have gotten free roll of this HP, and that was a percentage HP, then sometimes this attack main stat piece will actually be having more HP than, let's say, this piece that has priority I mean main stats HP, but let's say no roll here on HP. It's not the case here, because here we have 11% HP. So you can see this is only 2,800 and this is 5,000. But anyway, this is how I like to do it. If you want to do it like me, if you want to know how I do it, I go to the priority stats, I press HP as high as I can, and I look for my pieces. Maybe I can do it a bit small. Yeah, and now let's go through the ring and let's see what to choose. So first of all, let's go to the stone skin. We will prefer to get a stone skin one. You can see this is actually a good example. Attack main stats, but a lot of HP here on the sub stats, comparable to this. You see, actually a very good example. This is a main stat HP, but only give me less than 2k, and this will give me like close to 4k. So very good. This is not rolled, this is only a 5-star, we will not roll it. So at the moment, let's use that piece. And yeah, I can try this piece, very good. Actually, specifically, this is a very, very good piece because it will give me 40 accuracy, because it's a feral set. It will give me a bunch of HP. And you know what? Let's, just for the video, let's roll it out and let's see if we can get a roll on the HP here that is already mythical, you know? Let's roll it up to 8. Okay, one roll, very good. And to 12, and we will leave it at that because I'm saving silver. Okay, that is actually bad, those two roll, very, very bad. But still, this piece, as you can see, if I will use that one, I will get an extra 3k HP, very important, and 40 accuracy. As I said, we need accuracy for this guy build. So you can choose for yourself between them which piece you will want to get. I guess for that build, because I will try to do 4-piece lethal or savage and 4-piece stone skin, I will stay with my own ring of the stone skin. But you can see it already that how to change the build. You know, maybe you want to forfeit the 4-piece stone skin, and then you can use that piece over here, the feral one, will give you way better stats. But at the moment, let's do like that. Let's only upgrade that one to 12, just, you know, at least to get something. All right, a bit more HP, but we would have basically preferred the roll to land here on the HP percentage. Okay, so this was the build of the accessories. Are you ready for the artifact? I am ready. Okay, now we will go through the artifact. So how am I do it? How do I build a champion? So I remind you, we are looking at a damage dealer that type HP. So you want high HP, you want 100% crit rate, and you want a lot of speed, a lot of HP, a lot of crit damage, and some accuracy if you can find it anywhere. So what are we going to do right now? How am I going to build? I will start with the boots. And the first thing that I think in my head is, well, it's gonna be not that easy for me to build him, because I want 4-piece stone skin and 4-piece like lethal or something. So how are we going to do it? First of all, let's look at the boots. So we will learn primary stats. Cool, you can see right over here which stats the primary can be on boots. And you can see you can have a speed boots primary stats. So most of the time you are using boots that there are main stat speed. Sometimes you will actually use boots that are main stat HP percent, main stat attack, main stat defense. But this is basically depend on the type of champion that you will use and on the build. But most of the time you will look for a speed boots. I will also say right off the bat, the golden rule is you really don't need boots that their main stat is flat. You know, flat HP, flat attack, flat defense. I mean, those pieces I can just sell them if I'm really, really honest. You know, there is one caveat actually. So I will sell those 4, but I will not sell that piece, and I will explain to you why. Okay, so one caveat. You see that piece over here? It has a mythical roll on the speed. If I'm getting quadruple lucky and I upgrade it and all the roll will land on speed, I mean, in theory, I will get more speed than if that one was primary speed. Because, let's try. Only one. I mean, why? Why is that? Okay, so that is basically a bad piece over here. I can sell it. Okay, so basically, if all the roll would have put here on the speed, that piece could have been very good. But at the moment, we will sell it. Bye-bye, piece. Okay. So yeah, so if you found a boots that has, as that one before, the speed substats plus, the mythical roll on it, try to make it, try to roll it out. It can maybe be very good for you. Who knows? But you need to be very, very lucky. I will look for a speed boots here on the primary, and I will check the substats. So again, this can be a bit annoying because it does not show me which substats can be on the boots and which not. So I will give you the tip. If you want to use it, you can. If I were you and I would have not known anything about Raid Shadow Legend, I would have done it. I would put boots here, primary speed, and I would try. I will look speed substat. No. Honestly, that could never be happening because in Raid, you can never have a piece that the primary stats is also the substats. Okay, you can have something like a primary stats flat HP and then substats percentage HP or something like that you can, but you cannot have, let's say, crit damage main stats and crit damage substats, and same as speed. So of course no speed here, but crit rate, can you have a crit rate here? No, wait, you can. Sorry, not no, you can have crit rate, so it's very important. And you can have crit damage, very important. Resistance you can. So honestly, you can have whole, I feel like, yeah. In terms of boots, you can have anything as a substats except of speed. And this is only because the main stat is speed. I can show you. Let's unmark that one, and now I will do speed. And yeah, I can have basically that speed boots. You see, those boots can be very, very strong. Because I do have main stat attack, so if I have like a damage dealer based on attack, I can use those boots. It has like a free roll of speed here, so could be decent. But let's go back to our granite. We are looking to get a speed boots that has, first of all, let's look for, we need crit rate, right? Because we need 100% crit rate. And we will close all of this and we will go straight away to either stone skin, which honestly we do not have any, because basically I think all of my boots that are main stat, speed and crit rate substats are already equipped. So we do not have him here on the stone skin. You can see protection here and impulse. Stone skin should be here on the middle. But we do have something for lethal. I feel like it's time to check out the lethal. So you can have two options. Either you want lethal 4-piece for the ignore defense, or you want savage. Okay, actually I do not have any savage piece like that as well. So let's go to lethal. Am I lucky to have this piece? Oh, this piece is very, very good, but not for granite. It's a very good piece for an attack-based champion. So granite will not use it. I think actually this piece was on my Maria before I changed her to 9-piece Mercurial. Look how good that piece is for an attack damage. Okay, so I will not use that piece because so much value of an attack. You know what I can do is I can just forfeit and use my equipped. Should I do it? I will not use them, but I will just show you. I mean, look at this piece, for example. Okay, this is on Leonardo. Leonardo, if you know, is a damage dealer, but based on defense. So as you can see, this piece has a lot of defense, speed main stats, some crit rate, and a lot of defense. Yeah, I know. You can see here the 2 roll on attack, basically wasted. Yeah, I know this is wasted. So I can upgrade to a better boots. But let's see if we have stone skin, something that I can show you here. Okay, I can only show you this on Marius. Okay, so this is actually the only piece that I have in my account that is main stat speed And substat crit rate on stone skin. Only one boots in all my account, one boots, and they are on my Marius. And you can see over here. So and the ascension is defense because Marius is based on defense. So yeah, I mean, I hope that helps you understand how I'm looking at my pieces. But you know what? When I see it like that, I will forfeit the crit rate and I will only look for speed boots and I will forfeit the crit rate. I will try to get crit rate from the other pieces, and I still remember that I need some accuracy. So if I will get accuracy or HP or crit damage, because those are free stuff that I still need, I will love it. So let's look for a boots that have those stuff. Let's enough with equipped, okay? Let's start with stone skin, because as I remind you, we want stone skin. Actually, we do not have any boots with speed main stats that is not equipped from stone skin. Huh. I'm using all of my boots. Wow, look how many. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Those are all my main stat speed boots. Stone skin, and I'm using all of them. Okay, so we forfeit stone skin. So either we want lethal or we want savage. Savage is only one option over here. Does not look very good because not a lot of HP, it's not percentage, only 6 crit damage, no accuracy. Let's check the lethal one. We have 4 options. Ooh, that is very good piece. We do have some crit damage, only 6. A lot of resistance. It's not good for our build because we do not build our nuker high resistance. But the main stat and the ascension is speed, so that's very good. But let's look, maybe there's something with accuracy. Okay, this has accuracy and crit damage, so this is a good option. And the last one, oh, speed here, but no accuracy. Let's go for this option. Okay, we decided this one. I do not like the ascension over here, that is defense. So one option is to change the ascension at some point to speed. Most likely we do want speed. Maybe HP percentage, because it can also be good on this guy. And we do want to glyph the accuracy, like that, but we will not do it at the moment to give him more accuracy. Okay, now let's go to the second piece. Usually what I do is I start from the bottom and I'm going up. So now let's do the chest plate. And sometimes I'm doing both of them together, but now let's do only chest plate. So again, we can go either to lethal, either to stone skin. I feel like now we have a lot of options, but that is before we choose something. So again, we go in here to to primary stats and we look for. So for the chest plate, you can have main stat, resistance, accuracy, or all of those ones. So sometimes, if you think accuracy is very important, you can go main stat accuracy here. But most of the time, at least on damage dealer, so if it was a debuffer, right? If it was like Armand's, Fabian, a debuffer, maybe Raman too, Lydia, then most likely I would have chosen a main stat accuracy, or a main stat resistance, depending on the build. If it's for Chimera, you need high resistance. But basically main stat accuracy for those champions. But for damage dealer, usually I'm using more main stats, the type of the champions. If it is an attack champion, it will be main stat, attack percentage. If it's a defense, main stat, defense percentage. Here, Granite is an HP, so HP percentage. Do not choose those one. Do not choose HP flat. I mean, I have 2 pieces here. I can just sell them. Sometimes you want to keep them because maybe you want to try and ore them, to change with the ore. But I will just sell. Okay, HP, at least at the moment. So now you can see I have 40 HP percentage chest plates not equipped in my account. Cool. And we will go either to stone skin or to lethal. Actually, I want to try to see what I have in lethal. I have one piece. Let's check it out. What do we want? A pop quiz. What do you want on your um, what do you want on your substats from this chest plate? A pop quiz. Think about it. 1 second. What do you want? Okay, my answer. You want speed. You want crit rate. I need crit rate. You want crit damage. This goes and then maybe you want accuracy and you want HP percentage. So a lot of stuff, huh? Let's see what we have here. Just please, no attack. No. Oh, okay. Interesting. That piece can actually give me a bunch of accuracy. I don't know. Maybe you want to use it. It's not the best, but at least it has 6% crit rate, which is nice. But no crit damage. It's not the best ever. We can ascend it to look. Maybe we'll get something good with the ascend. I don't know. Maybe HP. Resistance. As I say, you can see over here all the champions of the Ascension. Again, it's the same option as the main stats. I would have preferred it to be HP percentage. Let's put this piece at the moment because again we need the 4-piece lethal, but I would have preferred to use something else. So let's look what I have on the stone skin. What option I have here in stone skin? Again, chest plate, main stats, HP. I have a bunch of options. Let's check them out. And I remind you again, what we want. We want speed, crit rate. So actually, we can also, we can do it. We can go into primary, we can go into here, and we can do like that, high speed. Okay, this piece. This piece can maybe be decent, but we are losing the crit rate. We are losing 6 crit rate. Interesting. Again, no crit rate over here. No crit rate. This piece is not even rolled. Let's roll it up. Only to 8. Maybe double speed. No. Actually, this piece, I will sell it. You see, I gotten a roll on a flat HP and on a flat attack. And there's no crit rate, no crit damage here. I would sell. For my account, this piece can go in the sell. Maybe this epic one, if it will be free speed or something. I will sell this as well. Bye-bye, piece. And this, no speed, no nothing. I will sell this as well. So I do have 4 options here. At the moment, I would prefer this piece, but I do take into account that if I will continue this road, I will never ever be able to do 100% crit rate. But I guess this is the problem of using that gear, because just to show you, I will press equipped right now, and I will go to my pieces. Let's say I'm stealing from Gizmak. Look at this piece. Oh, okay, actually an attack. Wait, why do I have this piece on Gizmak? I think because of the speed. And also the HP here is actually very good. Actually, this piece worth getting ascended to 20. I don't know. There will be CVC next week, no? Never mind. I'm losing my CVC stuff. Yeah, this is actually not that good on Gizmak because Gizmak is not an attack base, but okay. This piece, no crit rate. Okay, this is a good piece, but this is on my Embrace. And Embrace is getting more priority than Mr. Granite, so no. This piece, all right. Okay, actually when I'm looking at those pieces, I do not see anything good. We can go to the lethal, there's this piece. Ooh, that can be very good for my Granite because I do need crit rate, and this piece, I mean, will not give me speed, yes, but will give me 18% crit rate. So if I could, I would have used this piece, but because we are trying to build only with the gear that we have not equipped, we will not use this piece. But look how good it is in terms of the crit rate. But I guess I can go either with a piece like that will give me more speed, but will take the 6% crit rate, or I can go with this piece. What's good here, this will give me again accuracy, which is important. I think what I will do, because I know my account and I know I have more pieces of stone skin from the other stuff, and as I said, you need 4-piece little, 4-piece stone skin, and I already have 2-piece stone skin from the accessories. I feel like it will be better for the build to choose the piece from the little. So let's choose this one from the little. Okay, so this is the build at the moment. Let's go now to the glove. Okay, same idea. We go into the primary stat and we look. So we can get glove that has all of these primary stats and crit rate and crit damage. And at this point, I think we got to another tip of mine that actually, I don't know, I do not see a lot of people talk about that tip. And that is saving a crit rate main stats glove. Usually you will prefer to get a crit damage main stats glove, because if you're doing that, you can get 80% crit damage. That's a lot. And you're telling yourself, well, I will get the 100% crit rate. I will get it from the substats, from a bunch of places. But when you're doing that, you kind of stop saving and stop rolling pieces that has main stat crit rate. You kind of neglect them. Let's show you. In my account, not equipped, there's only 16 crit rate. I mean, even I kind of neglected that, and now I'm trying to look at my crit rate glove and I'm trying to save them and see if I can fit them in the build. I mean, look at a build like this, for granted. If I will get a crit rate main stats glove here, the fact is it needs to be stone skin, let's say like that. I mean, that will cover me with 60% crit rate. That will help me a ton in terms of the build when I have to get 100% crit rate. Of course, one downside, I'm missing 80% crit damage, I know, but I feel like there is a thing here to save the crit rate main stat glove and to try to, build the puzzle more efficiently. Anyway, when I look at here, I have two options. Either I go for this piece that does not give me speed, unfortunately, but does give me accuracy and HP pretty good, or this piece over here, same idea, accuracy, but no speed, and it's not 60. Let's go all the way to 16 here. Maybe speed. Defense. Okay, at the moment I will use this piece because, again, I need 4-piece little and I'm not sure what I will have on the top pieces. So I use that one. I'm forfeiting a lot of crit damage, I know. I will say it right from the bat, okay, because this is a learning raid about how to use gear. So if I'm totally honest, I have most of my glove, and my advice is usually use a crit damage glove. I mean, this is the advice, if you will look at the way I build other champions, if I'm using the best gear that I have, let's say equipped, okay? Let's go here. You see my Embrace, for example, as a crit damage glove, with a crit rate on the substat. Gizmak, again, crit damage glove. Same idea, okay? We can go here to the stone skin. My Deity, crit damage glove, I'm using him. My Torment, crit damage glove. We can go to the Savage, Leonardo, crit damage glove. Marius, crit damage, okay? So again, don't be, I will not confuse you, okay? For this build, I'm going to use the crit rate glove because I feel like this is the only way I can make the build work to some degree. But take into account that, I think there's something here to look for. Okay, again, if you can get some speed on the crit, on the glove, then that would be very good. Here, unfortunately, no speed. I can ascend it. Maybe I can get crit damage here. Defense, garbage. You actually want something like either crit rate or crit damage here. Last option, HP percentage, but it is what it is. So the piece is not the best, but this is the piece at the moment. Let's keep the build and let's see what will happen at the end. Okay, so now we are going to the top row, and the top row is different from the bottom row. Why is that? Let's start with the shield. Basically, the shield, the helmet and the weapon, they are all the same in terms of what you can get of the primary stat. You can get either HP, either attack, and either defense, and always flat. You cannot get percentage on the main stats. So let's go to the lethal. If I want to build granite here, what would I have done? I would have highlighted all of those three. I would have gone to the lethal pieces that I have here, and I would have think of what I need. So I do need crit rate, but not a lot anymore because I used a crit rate glove. I think I need speed. Speed is very, very important. I need speed and crit damage. So I will do priority speed. Oh, of course, I cannot use the equipped. So I have only those options. I need one piece from this lethal, and then I need two pieces from the stone skin that I have. I'm starting with the lethal because I have less lethal pieces. Let's look at this. Oh, this is perfect. Crit damage, HP percent, and speed. Perfect. Okay, so now I have 4 pieces of lethal, but we do need 2 pieces of stone skin. So we need to look for a shield and a weapon from the stone skin. Just to be safe, I can look here on the pieces that I have here. Maybe I want to take this weapon instead of the amulet. Probably not, because you see this weapon with the resistance, nah, not good. Even though it has the crit rate, but I can get crit rate from the other pieces. Maybe I want this shield. Nah, not good. I feel like this helmet was really good for this build because it gave me a bunch of more speed that I really need. Okay, so let's go to the stone skin. I do have a lot of stone skin pieces, as you can see. Okay, so I do need 4 more crit rate, and I feel like again speed is the more important one, and if I can get crit damage is also kinda needed. Let's look at this piece. It has a lot of speed because of course I put the speed here as the highlight. Oh, and there's something that I not told you. Sorry, go back a bit. I did not tell you this about the weapon, helmet, and shield. It's not that they can all get those ones. No, the weapon is always attack percentage. Okay, you see I highlight this, only weapon are shown. The helmet is always HP percentage. I press here, only helmet are shown. And the shield, you guessed it peeps, it's only a defense. So when you look on the top pieces, you do not need to choose anything here on the primary because it will be always will be the same. Okay, so the only thing that's important is the substats. So again, as I said, I highlight speed, and this is one option to get because this is the weapon with the highest speed that I have. But if I will have a weapon with kind of a high speed and also crit damage like this, actually I think it's better, even though I'm losing some HP, which maybe not that good. Okay, so it's between this one to this one. Not really sure what's better at the moment. Okay, let's keep it like that. Yeah, it's kind of a confusing. Let's do only weapon. I mean, this will give me the 6 crit rate that I need, but I do lose some stuff. Maybe I can get the crit rate from the weapon, from the shield, we will see. So yeah, I have a bunch of options here. And I need to roll those pieces, of course. I need to upgrade them. I will do it, but not for this video, at least not at the moment. Let's look at the shield. Shield, as I said, again, it will be primary stat defense. And again, we look for the highest ever speed, But right now, because it's the last piece, and you can see right here of the build, we are missing 4% crit rate. We have to choose our shield with crit rate. And we will prefer one that doesn't have more than 5 or 6, you know? So in theory, this piece is good, but let's look at the different options. And again, this is in order of the pieces that has the highest ever speed. So take that into account. This can be very good. This is very actually good. I want this piece. But if I'm using this piece, you can see right over here, we are still missing 4% crit rate. That means we will change the weapon. But this is a good piece because it gives us accuracy and it gives us 21 crit damage, and some amount of speed. And at the moment, we are lacking the speed department. Okay, so let's look at the weapon and let's see if we can change the weapon. We want weapon that can give us crit rate. That one actually. I feel like that one is really, really good. Okay, so this is the final build I feel like at the moment that I have doing. And let me remind you, this build is only pieces from my regular stash, you know? I have a bunch of good pieces built up already on my champion that I'm not gonna use because this is only granite and this is for the video. I feel like this will be the build for him. It's a 4-piece stone skin, 4-piece lethal, very, very good piece for arena, for build for arena, and also can work really good in Hydra and maybe Chimera. We will think about it in Chimera because it's only 326 accuracy at the moment. Of course, there's a lot of more room to improve, you know, and to glyph and stuff like this, and the masteries and the blessing. I did not choose blessing for him, so there's way more room to improve here. But let's keep this build, let's call it for the video. Yeah, let's say like that you call it. And let's save this preset and let's equip. Cool. I'm proud of this build actually. I don't know what you think about this video and if it's helped you understanding how I building and what to look on the pieces, but feel like I like this build. Hopefully it helped you. So you can see right here, 4-piece stone skin, 4-piece lethal, very good. Again, no relic even, so you can improve his relic. No blessing, I did not choose nothing, you can improve. No books, actually you do need to book this guy. And masteries, not mastery. But look at the stats. So the HP is low, okay, only 71. I would want like 85, 90, 100k. So of course there's the blessing. Only the blessing will give you like a 10k more. So take that into account. But the HP is low, you want to upgrade it. The attack, you don't care about the attack. This is a HP based champion, so don't care. Defense, kind of low, but you don't really care at the moment. And also take into account that in arena there is so much ignore defense that it's not really matter. Speed, not good enough. If you are playing at my level, you want like 250 speed, 280 if you can, of course. You want bare minimum 250. So again, the speed, you need to give more speed. But I'll show you where. Crit rate 102, it's all right. Crit damage, again, not enough. Only 195, not enough. You want at least, if you are me, you want like 250 minimum. And if you can get like to 300, 350, perfect. Resistance, you don't really care. You cannot work, you cannot do. And accuracy, 326, that's okay. So yeah, that was the build I feel like. Let's show you where you can improve the pieces. I feel like there's a bunch of room to improve. Here, this piece, honestly, and again, as I said, it's a standard piece. So let's say, for instance, I'm taking a piece from the Feral, I'm getting more accuracy. Yeah, but those guys, no, it's attack, it's not good. But for instance, if I had a good Slayer, I could have gotten 5% crit rate from one piece Slayer, but Slayer is actually a gear set that is a pay to win, so I do not have. But anyway, yeah, you can improve here. I can make this into crit damage, as I said. Here it can be a 6-star. If I can upgrade it to 6-star, I can get more stuff. This I can upgrade to level 16 even and get more HP. You know, it's only level 5. It's only level 12. And over here, this I can upgrade to level 16. Maybe there will be speed here. Who knows? You know what? Let's do it together for the video. Speed! Attack! No! Okay, I'm getting unlucky. This is not good. Okay, but again, I can upgrade with glyph. I can give glyph here. I can change this ascension to HP, but this is like not a priority. Here I can change this into crit damage. If I chaos dust this, it can give me up to 20% crit damage, but it's kind of a risky move if you ask me. I would have saved my chaos dust here. I have only 11. It's a risky move because it's a 1 out of 8. But another 20% crit damage can be very good here. This I can change to HP, 20% HP here. Yeah, and here I can glyph the accuracy, by the way, I did not say it. But here I can change to speed, 12% more speed, more accuracy. So there's a bunch of more room to improve. This piece, I don't know, maybe I can get more HP with the glyph, but again, I would have think about if I want to use my glyph or not. This is a very good piece, by the way. And again, you can change the ascension, its attack. Change it to HP, and here as well. Yeah. So, peeps, I don't know what you think about it. Hopefully that helped you understand how I build in my champion. This is the main stats. Again, I will show it to you. Of course, there's a room to improvement, but I feel like if you follow these rules more or less, it can help you build in your champion. That was an example of building an HP nuker that also wants some accuracy, granted. Of course, if you build in like, let's say you build in my Fabian. Wait, why is that? Oh, let's say you want to build like a champion like Fabian, right? Where is it? Here. So I actually build him. It's way different, right? It's way different. I mean, the main stat, the total stats is like that, as high as I can speed, as high as I can accuracy, but it's kind of way different. You know, let's give you an example. The banner is an HP. It's a different, but at the same time it's similar. You know, you follow the rules. So you look for an HP for a accuracy banner. You start from the bottom. Okay? If I would have built my Fabian, I would have started from the banner. I look for a banner with primary stat accuracy, because as I said, is a guy that want to land debuff, and speed. And I would have put here speed as high as I can on the primary stats. And of course, I would have looked at the special one that I have, because I want to build him with 4-piece supersonic. This is why it's a supersonic piece, but actually it's only 5-star. Only 5-star. But you see, I would have done it like that. You know what? Let's see, do I have any supersonic? Only that one. Yeah. So yeah, you can see right over here, maybe the chest plate is an accuracy, because you need a bunch of accuracy. But yeah, I guess, peeps, that was the video about learning raid gear-wise. I feel like I was not super totally, you know, bright. I mean, clear. Maybe I was not super clear, but hopefully you do take some pointers and some tips from this video. Tell me in the comments what you think about the video. If you have any question to me, just ask them in the comment. I will respond to all of you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Peeps, bye-bye.